It's kind of dark. Hi friends. Hello everybody. My name is Tammy Neff and you are on my page on Facebook called Tammy Loves, and I know I've had a lot of you reach out to me about their winter decor and how they're a little sad because Christmas is over and their decorations just aren't looking awesome. And so I did my mantle right after Christmas, and I was gonna go live, hi Pam, but I decided I would just do it. You know, sometimes I feel like sometimes I do too many lives, and so no one wants to see me do this, but I've done my mantle 100 times for you guys. But I thought I'd show you what I ended up with, only because I'm getting people sending me pictures and what should I do and what do you think of this, and wonder what I could put here. And so I thought I would just show you mine. So let me flip, and I got this really neat stabilizer for my phone so that I can kind of walk around my house without making you guys all sick, and I can push a button and like raise and lower it and stuff. So I'm kind of playing around with that too. So anyway, here is my winter mantle. And so, you know, I really love it. Now, for those of you that saw my Christmas mantle, I think you'll see that it's a lot of the same elements. I just pulled everything out that's Christmas related, right? I kept everything winter, okay? So I'm sure you recognize some of this greenery. Honestly, I did not add any greenery in, you guys. I pulled out the reds, okay? I left, this is a valance from our store, the polka dot. See, it runs all the way under just for a little texture and a little fun. It's very subtle, but there's some black and white polka dots in there. And then I added all of this greenery. And again, this was all for our Christmas decor as well here at my house. All right, so it's all the frosty sticks from Hobby Lobby, some of the flowers from Hobby Lobby and my store, some greens for my store. I got these at Hobby Lobby. I felt like they were very wintry. And if you remember, I was popping in reds for Christmas. So I took the arrangement off of the top of my candlestick and I added this really cute, gosh, you almost can't see. His eyes. He's got eyes. There they are. He's really a fluffy bird. But anyway, so I put an owl up on top of my candlestick. Again, just trying to pull that wintry, furry, warm feeling. And then an N for our last name is Neff. And then I took the Christmas bulbs and stuff off of the clock, but I left that wintry pine look. All right, and then I added this old camera, just an old camera that's black. I just kind of needed something for that height. If I did a test and asked you what was the least favorite thing on this mantle, that's what it would be, is the clock. Or not the clock, the camera. I love the old camera. I'm just not sure I love it there, but it was the only thing I had at my house to make it work. Okay, so that's something that you guys can just try to find the best thing you have. If you don't want to go out and buy anything, just use what you have. It's up on a box. My daughter Abby got me a box, something about, glad I was her mom or some sweet thing. And I just turned it on its side to get the camera up to the height that I needed it to be. So that's my least favorite thing. I'll just tell you that right now. So if you guys don't like it, don't worry, I don't love it either, but it's still like the mantle itself. It's just that's my least favorite thing. And then these orchids were on my Christmas tree. So I just pulled those over and I took off the arrangement that I had on my lantern. And then I have a frosty candle in here, which you guys can just put some spray adhesive and roll it in some glitter, and you can have your own frosty candle. Okay. Let me see. Oh, I can't get that locked with one hand. And then I kept my little squirrels. Loved the squirrels, so I kept them. Now this thing I'm holding, this new camera stabilizer, actually goes up and down on its own. I just haven't figured it out yet. And so remember I put a little Christmas bulb in his hands, and this fluffy guy I got at TJ Maxx. This little guy I got at my shop. Okay, so I didn't have one this big, but when I saw that tail, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love him. So I put the squirrel here, and I put a red Christmas bulb in his hands. Now I need to get a nut. I just need one nut because I think that would be really cute in his hand. So I don't have that yet. And then last year we did some classes with these sleighs. So I have the sleighs, and then this was on my Christmas tree as well. It's just a bird's nest. It came this way. Actually, I added the little bird and the eggs, but the nest came all wintry, but you guys could so easily take a nest that you have and just add some pine to it and do that, and you would have your little nest. So that's the mantle that I came up with, and I'm happy with it. I hate our TV there, but my husband won't mount it. You know, you guys all have a husband, right? They just don't get it. They don't know what we want. So, and then this is another arrangement. You've all seen this arrangement in my house as well. I've just moved a few little things around. You remember when I adhered old watch faces and old buttons to just a styrofoam ball. So I have those on my table because I like antique-y things. And then this is actually an old paint bucket, a really old paint bucket. The old lead paint, like before, like Dutch Boys metal cans, which I have a whole collection of. Whoops, there's a dead ladybug. How nice is that for the whole world to see? Sorry. I have just a few from time to time. But anyway, there is my old paint bucket. I love it. I just love it because I'm a painter. You all know I paint homes and stuff. So there is my, I just plopped in this bucket more greens from the old mantle and the Christmas tree. I just pulled some of the sugared or glittered roses with the black flower from Hobby Lobby, and then another orchid from my tree that I had laying on my tree, and another one here. And I just think it looks so pretty. And then there was another little wintry nest that I found at TJ Maxx. I took the price off, but I'm pretty sure that came from TJ Maxx. And so I just prop it there. And I just think that is so pretty for the winter. You all remember my bunny. The bunny came from Cracker Barrel this summer. Okay. Let me see. What about a large hand-covered Bible in place of the camera? I just don't know. I just don't know that I could make a Bible stand up, even a hardcover. It would be very pretty. I love old books like that, but I don't know. And then, yeah, this I didn't mean for you to see, but it's, I feel like I need a light over here, and I had to put a much dimmer bulb up here for the fireplace mantle, because when you sit back and watch the TV, that light was so bright looking up into it, it was distracting from the TV. So now it's just a nice soft light. So anyway, we have like a speaker down here on the floor, and so I just plopped the lamp on there. So see, we can rig things up, girls. I need a little table. I just don't have one. So let's see here. Yeah, I didn't mean for you guys to see that, but you know, in a perfect world, if I was on HGTV, I'd have myself a little table right there, but I don't. Okay, and then of course you remember the stand that I was inspired by Nicole Martin with Altered Endings, and my friend Julie and I made some tassels. This tassel with the old key, I'm gonna try to do a tutorial for you guys on here, just a fun craft night where we added some antique things and we tea-dyed some muslin, and then I made this one as well at her house just the other night, well, right before Christmas, and we added some wood beads and some pearls and some handmade lace and ribbon, and then just some funky old antique things. There's an old washer, and then some old seam binding, just a bunch of stuff, and I hang it off of my light. But we like making tassels, so we get tassels on things. But anyway, here is my other table. Now my family found this old sign for me. It's an old paint sign, and of course I love anything to do with old and paint, so I put that here. And then this is an old license plate from another country, and I cannot remember, I can't even read that. I'll zoom it in here. Maybe some of you will recognize what that says. I can't tell. But it was off of like a sports card. I can't remember what it was, but anyway, it's just an old license plate, but I thought it was different than the other plates that I had in the basement on display. And so then I had some fur. I just added a little fur to be that wintry texture. Again, more orchids and sugared, not actual true sugar, but like glittered like frosted looking roses so that they're wintry. And then if you remember the other two balls that I made with styrofoam, I sprayed these two black and just added old typewriter keys just with hot glue, guys. I'm not, you know, it's not any rocket science here. The hardest part is finding enough typewriter keys to make something like that. And then this one was just old glass buttons. I have had a collection of glass buttons and I had no idea what I was ever going to do with it. And I ended up and hot glued them, which is a shame. Glass buttons are expensive, but I love that ball for display. So I'll put it in all sorts of my displays. And then some old books there. See, I told you I like old books. There's old books. And then there's some beautiful green. Let me move around here. Maybe you can see green old books. So just a little bit of the decor in my house for winter. This is usually the main room that I do up for holidays and things like that. Everything else pretty much stays the same. But I just thought I would show you how you can take the table ledges that you decorated for Christmas and make them wintry. Make them more wintry. Outside, I did the same thing. See if I can show you. Well, here. Right outside on my back deck, I had the old box with, oh, I'm not sure I can zoom in. I don't know how to zoom in with this. So, but there's an old, I can go outside. It's cold, but it's not that cold, except it's noisy. My husband is, you can hear him. He's, oh, and it's wet and I'm in my socks. But you can, oh, there he is. Poor guy. Oh, that's so mean. But there's just some greens in a basket, or not a basket, but like a wood box, a wood grain box, and then an old wood toolbox, and then another like wood carrier. And I just put a lot of pine in them. And so I just de-Christmased. You know, that's all I did. I just de-Christmased. There is that sign that I made with you guys the other day. Look how well it matches my curtain. I think it matches really, really well. So, yours is empty after Christmas. Well, that's why I was doing this. My centerpiece on my table is back to its kind of every day. I got my little ducks back out, even though they're my spring. I just love those little guys. They make me happy. So I got them back out, but I should be moving my red chairs back into the dining room. However, I have been shopping everywhere trying to find some black polka dot Parsons chairs or some stripe or buffalo plaid or something that would be like this to replace these, and I can't find anything. So that's kind of my little goal, to find, and it's fun to have something to shop for. So let me flip you back around, tell you bye-bye. And oh, by the way, I have this on this stabilizer thing that I can hold. So see, I can get you farther away from me. You don't have to be so close. And I can move my hand up and it just follows me, and I can move my hand down and it follows me. It's a really cool thing. And so it was what I wanted for Christmas, and luckily my husband got it for me. So this is my first official time to play with it, and I think I'm liking it a lot. I'm walking everywhere and I don't feel like you guys are as jerky, like I feel like you're much more smooth with me. So, but he just carried in a Stitch Fix box came in. So I think what I'm going to do is to go put this phone in the tripod so that I can have both hands, and I will show you what I got from Stitch Fix today. I'm anxious to see myself. So thank you all for watching. I sure appreciate each and every one of you. I hope I've inspired you to maybe bring some pine back in, or something with a little texture and that just feel like wintry. Like instead of thinking I'm going to wear a sweater, maybe take a sweater and hide the sleeves. If you can drape them behind a table and use that sweater, like a real ribbed sweater as part of your decor, maybe coming out of the corner of a basket or something. Just think winter, think fur, think snowy, icy would give you the glittery. So you don't have to put all of that away. You just don't want your red, unless your room is decorated in red, but you just don't want like reds and greens and, typical Christmas. But there is a difference in frosty and warm and winter and furry. So there is I think I might have just kind of invented a decorating season for us girls. So there you go. You're welcome. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with my Stitch Fix here in just a little bit. Bye-bye. Hey, share this if you would. If you guys like this or thought it might help a friend who likes decorating, I would sure love it if you would share it out. And they might love you for it too. Have a good day. Bye.